YouTube Valley community, Mike Love fans, random people on the internet, my name is Giggens, and we're here today to finally talk about Mike Love 12 Sides of Summer, released through BMG in July of 2019. A really solid and fun album from Mike. This thing is a full-on summer record. You put it on and just enjoy the ride, enjoy the wave. It's not meant to be anything deep or serious. It's a good time. You put it on and just have fun with it. It finally took me a long time to get to reviewing this thing because I've had a digital file of it for so long, and I was like, I want to have the actual thing, so I finally bought the physical album. But I'm glad I did because the inside has a really great photo collage, which is reminiscent of like 15 Big Ones, or the inside of Love You on the sleeve, where it's got pictures of the guys. So that was really nice. And the liner notes are good too. It says who played on what, where it was recorded. So laid out really well. There's some great shots in here too. There's even one of Mike with Brian and Carl on the very top up there. So the album opens up with California Beach, a song that dates back to 1980. Well, I guess you could even say 79. I mean, it started as a song called Skate Town, USA, written with Al. And then Mike kind of transformed it into California Beach, which never got released. But I can definitely see this kind of fitting in on keeping the summer alive, which would be really pretty cool. It's definitely that fun in the sun classic feel. You know, I love where he rhymes teach with beach. Go tell your teach. We're going down to California Beach instead of saying teacher. It says teach. I think it's great. It's a feel-good, happy summer song, cool fade out. You know, just a really good way to introduce the record. And then the single of It's Okay featuring Hanson comes up next. And I actually really enjoy this version. It's upbeat, it's happy, it's bouncy. Taylor Hanson sounds fantastic on it. And if you guys haven't heard Hanson besides Bop, listen to anything else they've ever done, because those guys are extremely talented. They've put out so many albums in the last 20 odd years that are worth revisiting because they are just a power pop force to be reckoned with. So when people see Hanson, don't just think Bop. Play anything else they've ever done. You'll be very pleasantly surprised at how great they are. So it's nice to have them on here. And it's cool to hear him do It's Okay again, because he's always been a huge fan of the song anyway. But it's not cheesy at all. It's very tastefully done. It's spry, it's upbeat, it's rockin'. Great version of it. And then you get Surfin', which has been done, I think this is the third or fourth time it's been done at this point. It doesn't strike any new ground. It's well produced. It sounds fun. It's just a good version of the song. Nothing to write home about. It's just a good version of the song. Then you get a cover of the Riviera's California Sun, which is a great version. And he's been playing this in concert for years. But Mike is really charged up. There's great hand claps. The background vocals are fun. There's a sax solo. The whole thing is spirited and lively. Really enjoyed that version. And then you get Surfin' Safari, which I was pleasantly surprised about. I remember hearing this one back in the day. It's like a half-speed, chill vibe to it. It's a groovy good time, and it works really well. So instead of going like the fast pace like we know it, they just cut that pacing in half. So it's got more of a lilting, laid back, kind of take it easy vibe, almost like Kokomo vibe, which I'm kind of surprised he didn't redo Kokomo for this thing. Interesting. But yeah, great version of Surfin' Safari. Highly recommend hearing that one. Then you get On and On, the ABBA song, which he also did on his first album, Looking Back with Love, back in 1981. Again, just kind of a nice cover. Nothing really to write home about. Here Comes the Sun is definitely a fantastic version of this song. If memory serves me correct, Scott Totten was the one who came up with this arrangement for it. But it's kind of moody, it's soulful. He's been doing it live for years, but it's definitely an album standout where it takes the song to a completely different direction, and it works really well. It doesn't sound out of place, it doesn't sound forced, it doesn't sound fake. It's a really well thought out production. It's definitely an album highlight for sure. So if you ever heard Mike do Here Comes the Sun, pick up the album for this one. It blends very well into the next track, Girl from Ipanema, which from what I can discover is possibly from the early 2000s during the whole Mike Love Not War album. It's mostly drum tracks. I mean, it's an extremely well done version of this song. His whisper voice sounds fantastic. He's doing a great job with it. Then you get Over and Over and Over Again, the Dave Clark 5 song. It's definitely more of a chill bop kind of vibe. The spark and the energy of the original DC5 version is gone, replaced with a much more like you're at the beach, you're just here to chill kind of vibe. But the last 3 songs on the album definitely kick this thing into a different gear. He redoes Keeping the Summer Alive, which is like mind-blowing to me because I love that song. The original one with Carl screaming away at it, it's one of the best songs they did. And this version does a really cool job of it. So in the original one, you have the instead of the vocals doing that, the guitar does that, and it works really well. Changes it up. But I mean, big, bright, happy take in the chorus. Instead of doing the whole like chopped up drum thing, they kind of just keep it, they play it straight and have this bright, happy chorus. It almost works as a single. Like this could be like a modern radio rock song. It's that good. Summertime Blues is next. And for a song that's been covered a bajillion times, including by the Beach Boys, it's a very fun take on this classic with just enough changes to keep it interesting, plus a blistering guitar solo. Honestly, this version of Summertime Blues is one of my favorite songs in the album. It's in the top 3, absolutely. I love this cover. So listen to that. And then Rockaway Beach, the Ramones song. Who'd have thunk? But it chugs along so well. It's a great closer. It's just another happy summertime kind of vibe song that works well for his voice. Here's the folded out cover. Looks really cool. I highly recommend this album. It's if you want something just light to put on and enjoy and sing along to. This was his goal. Mike wanted to make an album that was just fun to sing along to. He wanted to record songs he enjoyed and just make a fun, quintessential summer album, which is really great because, like, I remember when Unleash the Love came out and it was like, oh my God, Mike's putting out a solo album. This is insane. And then the next year was the Christmas album. And then this thing came out. So, like, he was on a roll for a few years there, putting out, like, a solo career, which is pretty cool. And I'm hoping that trend continues into the future. You know, hope we get more records from him. It's nice to be able to say, hey, there's a new Mike Love album out. It's pretty cool. Even if a lot of it's covers and songs he's already done, it's nice to have him just recording something to put out for fans to enjoy, which is all it comes down to at the end of the day. There's nothing rocket science about this. It's just a fun record to put on and enjoy. The playing is top notch. You know, most of the songs feature the Beach Boys live band at this time. You know, a few of the guys have left at this point. Scott's not with the band, and John Cowsill has also left the band at this point. But it's fun. You know, unfortunately, there's no dates when these songs were recorded on the record anywhere in the notes. But definitely worth picking up. So for me, easily a 7 or 8 out of 10. And I would give it a higher rating if there were a couple more originals and a couple less covers. But it's not supposed to be some like super artistic statement. It's supposed to be a fun summertime album, and in that sense it works perfectly well. So if you're looking for something fun to put on, if you're at the beach and you got Spotify open or you have a little CD player with you and you pop this thing on, this is your soundtrack. You're watching the waves, you have some sodas with you, hanging out with your friends, or just sitting there with a book or something, just watching the water. It will be a great companion piece for you. So I highly recommend it. It's probably my favorite Mike Love solo album. Definitely worth checking out. So 7 or 8 out of 10 from Mike Love, 12 Sides of Summer. My name is Giggens. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a joy to talk about this album. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below, and we'll chat about some Mike. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video. Take care.